Hello, bookish friends of the internet. My name is Drew, and this is Drew's Ambitious Reading. I am so excited that you guys are sticking around. Today, we're gonna have our first book tag of the new year. Yay! Today is gonna be the JAN-uary Book Tag, original book tag that was created by Jan over at Jan-uary. So I have my laptop right here. I have it right here. I have the questions from Jan's description box. I should have them written down, but I'm too lazy, and I've already have the YouTube page up because my good friend Deja and Cami, they're doing some reading sprints / productivity sprints, so they're doing a current 45 right now. So I was like, well, let me get some videos in instead of reading. Anyways, there is 10 questions here. I'll try and leave them on the screen at each question or leave them in my description box down below. So I'm gonna have my laptop right here. Sorry about that. Question 1, what was the last and first, if you remember, book you read of last year? So the first book I read was actually a novella, and that was How the King of Elfin Learned to Hate Stories by Holly Black. This is a beautiful, stunning Owl Crate edition that we got December of last year, I think, or January of last year. Like, stunning. And this cover, stunning. And I kind of forgot there was artwork on here. But I read this, and I think I gave it like 3.5 out of 5 stars or 4 stars. So this was my first book that I read this past year. And then my last book I read last year, I want to say, I should have grabbed it. The Camelot Betrayal by Kirsten. That's the sequels to the King Arthur retelling that Kirsten has. I just read book 3 last month and really enjoyed that finale. So I definitely love that sequel more than the third book. I gave the sequel 4 stars. We ended on a good note. Or no, it wasn't that. I lied. It was of this past year. My last book was Sunreach by Brandon Sanderson, the first book in the Skyward novella series. That was a 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. And then I read book 2 this month, but that's coming up later in the book tag. But I'm super excited to be reading those novellas because I think they're very important to the story. And I still have book 3 on my TBR, and it's only the 8th day of the month. So we love that. Sorry, I got confused with last year and the 2020. What is your first read of this year? So my first read of this year was actually another novella, and that was Read On by Brandon Sanderson, the second installment of the novella series that he has out for his Skyward series. And then if you want to be like technicality about it, my first physical read of the year was Golden Sun by Brandon Sanderson. Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. This is the second installment of the Red Rising trilogy. I read this finally. It took me 2 weeks to read it, even though it's super short. I give this 3.5 out of 5 stars. I'll talk more about this in my January wrap-up. But I'm very excited to continue on with this trilogy next month, just so I can give myself a little break from this huge politics world. But yes, Read On was a 4 stars. That was a 3.5 stars. So that's the answer to that question. Next question is, share 3 of your reading goals for this year. Ooh. I actually wrote down all my reading goals in my bullet journal here. Look how cute my page is. These are supposed to be balloons, but they didn't really turn out as balloons. But it says Welcome 2022. So 3 of my reading goals. One of them is to read 100 books for this year. That's my Goodreads goal, and I'm currently on book 4, 5, whatever I'm at. I want to read more LGBT books. And then I want to try and do Vlogmas this year, to hold me to that. I want to try Vlogmas because it seems super fun, especially with all the bookish content that I have planned for this year, you guys. I'm really excited for that. And I know a few people done Vlogmas this year. And then I know it says to share 3, but another goal is I want to try and complete 22 series this year, just because I did that last year. I completed 21 series last year and I really enjoyed marking them off my list and all that. So yeah, those are some of my reading goals. I will have like a full-on video discussing about reading goals after this one, so more in depth with those in my next video. Question number 3, share 3 of your most anticipated reads. Why is it only 3, Jan? Ooh, this is hard because I also have a list of like books I either pre-ordered or books I'm looking forward to already. So The Weeping Tide by Amanda Foody, that's the second book in the Accidental Apprentice series by her middle grade series. That one comes out February 1st. Beasts of Ruin by Ayana Gray comes out July 19th. This is so hard to pick only 3, my gosh. And then I'm so sorry, I can't pick one. Oh, The Blood Trader by Lenny Noni. That one comes out June 14th, a week after my birthday, so we love that. That's the 3rd and final book in the Prison Healer series. Very different anticipated reads from everyone else. I read mostly fantasy and contemporary. I am getting into a few thrillers here and there, so we love that. And not my computer getting low battery. But yeah, those are some of my most anticipated reads. Again, I'm going to have another video about most anticipated reads. That's one in the mini, like, beginning of the year videos that I'm planning on making. Alrighty, so question number 5. Which goals did you reach / not reach last year? So like I just said, I reached my complete 21 series in 2021 last year. I actually read like 3 completed series in December, so we'll have a December wrap-up coming very, very soon. I'm just behind on videos. Honestly, I don't remember most of my goals from last year, so let me flip to the front. Read 200 books I did not reach this year, which I'm really shocked, but also I had a huge reading slump in April and May. April, I only read 9 books that month, and May, I think I read like 10. I read more LGBT books, which is great. I also read I didn't complete my 21 backlist titles. I only had 10 left on that list, so I'll be adding them into my TBR towards the end of the year. But yeah, those are some goals I completed and not completed. And yeah, those are just the ones that I have written down. Question number 6, are there any new releases you read this year that you have no desire to read? Oof. Honestly, not that I can think of. I know I'm not really into thrillers. I have a few thrillers from Book of the Month already, but if they sound good, I will definitely get them from my library or Book of the Month, because I know Book of the Month loves doing thrillers. I don't know, honestly. Like, I know there's a few popular releases coming out that I won't get to, like the 7th installment of the Mistborn series. I'm just now reading The Hero of Ages this month, so I'm still on book 3, so I probably won't get to that one this year. So not that I don't have any desire to, but it's just like one that I know I won't get to. But yeah, I can't really think of any like new releases that I won't read at the top of my head. I'm sorry, but I can't think of any. Question 7, what are some reading habits you want to change this year, if any? Not to call myself out, but I need to read the books I have first before buying more. And I know I just said that like last month as well, but this month I had a lot of Christmas money to spend, so I use Christmas money and not my own money, so I guess it still kind of counts of not buying stuff for me, because it was like Christmas presents to myself, if you think about it that way. That's how I'm thinking of that way. I also want to actually read my library books that I have. I have a small library stack right here checked out currently. I want to read them as soon as I get them. So I want to read more of my library books than my own books, just because my own books are here forever. I can read them whenever and all that. So I want to focus more on my library books this year, also just to support them because they closed during COVID, at the very beginning of COVID. So yeah, I would love to read more of my library books this year. Are there any adaptations you are excited about? This is question 8, sorry. A lot. There's a lot of like Star Wars content coming that I'm very excited about, obviously. I know the Book of Boba Fett is already out. We have episode 2 out already, but I'm still really excited for that. I know Ahsoka Tano, who's one of my favorite Star Wars characters, she's getting her own TV show. That's supposed to be coming out this year, but we don't have like a release date or anything like that. Star Wars The Bad Batch comes out. Any Marvel movies that are coming out. I still need to see Spider-Man No Way Home. I couldn't see that in December because I was quarantining a lot. No spoilers, please. But yeah, any like big Star Wars or Marvel stuff that's coming out this year, I definitely am anticipating. I still need to get caught up on All American. That's a TV show that my sister got me into, and we're on season 3, I believe. And I only I only watched like the first 3 episodes, I think, and I know they just had their like not season finale, but like their season break, I guess, of the show, and then the next episode will be coming back in February, so I can binge watch it all this month, and then I'll just have to wait till mid-February for the like end of the season to come back on, if that makes sense. But yeah, those are a few like adaptations that I'm really looking forward to. Question number 9, favorite bookish memory of last year. Oh, I would say there's 2 that I actually have, and they both coincide with each other. Bookish memory, I created a book club last year, which is like scary but fun to do. If you don't know, I have a book club called Queer Reads. It's an LGBT plus book club. You don't have to be LGBT, you can be an ally, or if you just want to come in and read LGBT books with us. But I created a book club with my good friend Charlie over on Instagram, who I'll leave her account down below. You guys know who she is by now. She's on my Instagram a lot. So that's really fun. I also got an author interview with Miss Jennifer Dugan this year on my Instagram. That was really fun as well. I wish I can do more interviews because I was so nervous for that one. But yeah, those are some of like bookish memories. And then of course, any Owl Crate boxes that I got, I love unboxing those for you guys. Even though most of the time I don't wait till I get on camera. But yeah, just any bookish content that I have that I love to make. And making that book club, it really made me happy last year. I'm glad of how it turned out. But yeah, that is the answer for that question. Question number 10. And the final question of this tag is, are there any carryovers from last year that you still plan on finishing? Yes, some of these I've started last year, some of these I haven't finished, or I haven't even started them yet. But the first one I started last year, it's a big book. It's over 500 pages, I think. And that is Wings of Shadows by Nikki Peretta. This is the 3rd and final book in the trilogy. I did started this. I want to say I got about like 50 pages in or so. I was really enjoying it, but again, the size intimidated me last year. So I definitely want to pick this one back up and see how this trilogy ends. This one I tried to read last year, but I couldn't get into it, and that's The Beautiful by Renee Audier. I know there's 3 books out in this series now, and I just couldn't get into this. I think it was because the narrator had like a fake accent or whatever, so that was hard to get into as well. So I might physically read this. I know my friend Sydney has this, so we might better read this later in the year, and if I can't get into it later this year, it's gonna unhaul pile that I have. One that I'm currently reading, and it should be my January wrap-up, will be Aurora's End by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I know Jay Kristoff has got a lot of hate recently, but I love their writing. It's really good. It's super fast-paced. I'm currently reading this, and I'm buddy reading this with my friend Jessica, who I'll leave her Instagram down below as well. But this one I bought last year, but didn't start reading it till this year, so I don't know if this counts for that question. I wanted to read The Last Legacy by Adrienne Young. This is a standalone novel set in the world of Namesake and Fable. I love that duology last year and just haven't read the standalone yet. It's so short. I know I can fly through it in a day or so, so I might pick this up this month. One that I'm saving because I'm buddy reading with my friend Taylor, and that is Stay With Me by Jessica Casillo. I almost said the title for book 1. I started this without my friend Taylor, and I got to page 20 and didn't finish it yet, so this one I definitely want to carry over for this year. And then this one I'm so sad that I didn't got to this year, but it's on my list of 22 books that I want to read, and that is A Quarter Silver Flames by the well-known Sarah J. Maas. I'm very excited to read this. I don't know what to expect from this, except that it's huge and I'm intimidated by it. But if anyone wants to buddy read this with me, please let me know, because I'm very excited to read it this year. It was one of my most anticipated reads of last year, and I still haven't read it yet, so there you have it. That is the JAN-uary Book Tag created by Jan over at JAN-uary. I'll leave all her information down below, and my social medias are always down below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to do this tag, you have been tagged. I'll leave a few friends that I know have booktube channels. I'll leave them down below, and they'll be tagged in the video description box. So thank you so much for watching. And I hope you all have a great day or night, and look forward to a lot of more amazing videos coming from me soon. Please hit that like button, as it always helps me out. Hit that subscribe button, because we are at 180 subscribers. Yay! Thank you guys so much. And turn your notification on if you haven't yet, so you don't miss any new videos from me soon. And without further ado, have a great night or a great day, whatever time you're watching this, and be kind to one another. Bye.